This video took me forever to finish. What's up, YouTube? My name is Ian Thrash, and today I'm super excited because I'm going to be breaking down my latest project called Born to Inspire. If you haven't seen that, I'm going to drop that right here, and I'm super excited to get into this video. So I did change around my setup a little bit, and so yeah, let me know what you guys think of that. It's a little bit similar to the very first talking video that I put out. Today we're going to be discussing one of my favorite projects that I've ever worked on, which is a project that I just put out, and it's featuring a good friend of mine named Rocco Germani, who, if you don't know who that is, he is an extremely talented filmmaker and YouTuber as well. So this video was just super fun to put together, and it was never supposed to happen. We had decided to do a collab, to go to a mountain and hopefully film a sunset was our original objective. But obviously then the rain happened. I had some crazy footage. I'll probably put this together at some point, but just of driving over there, it was just pouring down rain and the fog was intense. And then when we got to the top of the mountain, you get just that beautiful mist and that beautiful fog. But on top of that, it was raining very hard. And so I've never filmed in these kind of weather conditions before. I don't think I've ever really filmed in any inclement weather conditions except for like from inside. I've filmed some videos in the rain, but I was, inside a car or something. So that was definitely a new experience for me. I really love how the footage turned out. So then I always feel like it happens. You're at the end of a shoot and you've got a whole bunch of footage and you're just like, yeah, I think it's good. I think I can get something good out of it. And you always find the best thing at the very end. And so at the very end, as we were driving out, we just decided to pull off at this little pull-off spot, and then the fog started to set in, and that's when we got these crazy shots, which really made the whole video, in my opinion. The shots that led up to that only took up, I think, like the first 40 seconds or so of my video. So it's really crazy how it often works like that. You end up getting the best shots at the end, and that's something as a creative that you always want to be paying attention to, especially when you're doing something like this, more run and gun style shooting, to really be paying attention to your surroundings and you notice something on the way out and be willing to film that and to incorporate that into your story. And more often than not, it will make your film better for it. Now, something that was very hard for me was actually editing this into a video. I sat on this project for about a month, which is a long time for me. A lot of my favorite videos that I put out here, Numb, Drowning, and Born to Create, these are some of my favorite videos that I've done in recent times. And these videos each took me like 3-4 hours to edit, especially with videos like Drowning and Numb. I literally sat down, edited them, and posted them the next day. But this kind of took me back to some old projects like Seasons of Change, which took me just a long time to kind of edit together. And the weird part about this was that I already recorded the voiceover from the very beginning, but I didn't really like how it sounded until I kind of just mixed it in with the video. I think often I can be very meticulous when it comes to editing. I can be very kind of perfectionistic when it comes to it. And it's something I may put out a video about this, but it's something that I call, it's like the paradox of perfectionism in film, because I talk a lot about laying aside your perfectionism and going out and shooting. A video like this, for an example, is a perfect example of that, right? There's so many things that could have put aside going out to shoot. We could have said, no, we want to film a sunset, and so since it's raining, we're just not going to go. But often as a filmmaker, like I was saying, it's paying attention to those chance and happenstance things that happen along the way to actually create the best project, maybe even to completely alter your tone of the project as a whole. So there's definitely that. And so I always talk about kind of putting aside your perfectionism in that sense. But something that was difficult for me was once I got into the editing room, I became so perfectionistic that I actually set aside this project for weeks at a time. And I'm doing that even as I talk. I'm doing that currently with at least one project that I probably should have been editing a few weeks ago and that I haven't taken the time to edit. I know everyone's workflow is different, which if you're a creative and you're watching this, let me know your experience with this in the comments below. I'd love to hear how long a project takes for you guys from start to finish, because it can be interesting for me. I really love how the project turned out in the end. And it's something, this is why I call it the paradox of perfectionism, because you have this negative perfectionism that is often preventing us as creatives from even starting the process of creating content, right? Whether that's my equipment isn't good enough, or whether that's I'm not talented enough, or I'm not skilled enough, or I don't know enough yet to create something or to actually put myself out there, or I don't know what to film. And I talked a little bit about that in my lacking inspiration video. And so once you get out of that lacking inspiration phase and you get to the part where you actually are creating content, you actually film some content, then something that I've learned, and it's something that's helped me a lot, is to kind of utilize that perfectionism to make the best possible quality content with the footage that I ended up getting. What I mean by utilizing that perfectionism is really taking that perfectionism and allowing it to force you to get kind of nitpicky picky with which shots that you're choosing. A common mistake that I see a lot of beginner filmmakers make is that their videos are just way too long. You can be the most talented filmmaker in the world. You're still going to take bad shots, especially when you're doing this kind of running gun style shooting. The majority of the shots that you're going to get, or half of the shots that you're going to get, are going to be mediocre at best. When you get into the editing room and when you get into that post-production process, one thing you're going to want to do is be extremely, I hesitate to say perfectionistic, but if you have that perfectionism that you had put aside during the filming process, to kind of take that back on and edit together a project that is the best possible quality given the shots that you've taken. And so another thing that was very helpful for me on this project is that I knew something was off, and I knew something needed to be changed. But what I ended up doing, I showed it to my brother, and he pointed out a couple shots that he said didn't really belong with the rest. And so that's another thing, is just to get a fresh set of eyes on it, to get somebody else to look at your projects and to say, yeah, I think you could have done this a little bit differently, or maybe put that shot in front of that shot, or just take these couple shots out all together, and to actually be willing to hear what other people have to say in that. So yeah, be perfectionistic in that way. And you've probably never heard anybody say this before. I think perfectionism can be the #1 tool that makes you a better filmmaker when you utilize it correctly. Here is what I call the paradox of perfectionism. Perfectionism is often the first thing that prevents you from creating. It's the first thing you have to put aside. And then it is the first thing that will make you a better creative, by embracing it and by utilizing it to make the best possible quality content with the shots that you've taken. Now, I almost filmed this video while I was in the process of being extremely perfectionistic with the Born to Inspire project. But I do have to say, don't let your perfectionism stop you from editing and from actually just putting out some content. If you're at that point where you're just not posting content and you're wanting to post content and you're comparing yourself to other creatives, like I always say, post content. Post content. Comment that below in the comments if you posted content that was inspired by one of my videos. Which, speaking of which, I'm thinking about doing some filmmakers challenges on this channel. Super simple, you know me, I'm gonna keep it super simple. Something that you can do in your backyard or in your front yard or your house or whatever. If that's something that you guys would be interested in, let me know that in the comments below, because I would love to do a challenge with you guys. I think that would be super fun. If that's something that you guys would be willing to do and that you guys would enjoy doing, then drop that in the comments below. I'd also just like to know who would actually be willing to join it, if anybody would be willing to join it, so that I can actually do that before putting out a challenge video and then being like, yeah, I did it. But nobody else did it. So yeah, use your perfectionism to make you a better creative, but at the same time, don't let it stop you from actually putting out content. Okay, and that's something that now that I'm at the end of this project, and now that I'm looking back at it, I would say that my perfectionism helped this project become a better project than it is. And I would also say, if I had posted that project a few weeks back, I probably would have regretted it, because I would have looked at it and been like, I could have changed this, I could have changed that. And now, of course, I'm going to look at the project, and because I'm a perfectionistic person, I'm still going to see a few flaws here and there. But I know that I created something that was a lot better as a result of me being critical of my own work, me actually wanting to create something that was good and wanting to create something that was inspirational, and seeing people respond to it and seeing comments and support on it. That's what means the world to me. Every project that I put out here, I put my heart and my soul into. Yeah, sure. And it means the world when you guys comment and when you guys support it. And so yeah, that's basically everything that I have to say today. I appreciate you guys a lot. Drop in the comments your thoughts on this video, your thoughts on the paradox of perfectionism, your thoughts on the Born to Inspire project, and what I should do next, because it is a series. What does that mean? It's a series. I don't know. You have to see. Video suggestions, anything that you would like to say, honestly, just spam the comment section. That's basically all I had to say today. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate your support. I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Be sure to drop a like on this video. Drop a comment. Drop 2 comments. Drop 2 likes. I don't know if that works. Drop a subscription. Share the video. Do whatever you want to the video. And I will see you guys in the next video.